First opened back in 2012, a look inside the mammoth Marlins Park in Miami. Today it's the finale of this 4-game set between the Chicago Cubs and the Miami Marlins. Should see some great battles out of these two next on the show. Dan Straley is ready to go as he'll be on the mound for the Marlins. HR, what's the word on him?
Well, Matt, there's a lot of numbers you throw out there for pitchers, but I look at the batting average against, and overall, opponents are hitting under 200 against him this season. That is domination at its best. Look for him to have a good start in this one.
In now is John Jay. He will lead this one off today.
Center fielder, number 30.
Underway now in the Sunday finale as the game's first pitch is taken for ball one. These Marlins, Harold, as they take the field this afternoon, they're on a nice little run, winners of 4 of their last 5 ball games.
Yeah, Matt, they're feeling it right now. You know, they're starting to play good ball. They're really playing good. And they're closing in on a division. And this time of the summer, it's all about baseball. You come to the park, the grass is green, you smell the hot dogs, and you're excited to play, even in the afternoon during batting practice. And that's what I see with this club right now.
Now a pitch swung on and missed. It's 2-1. And this will be fouled away. Ready on 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes. And there's a pitch that just misses the inside corner. The lefty Jason Hayward waits in the on-deck circle. Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. And that misses, ball 4. So a good battle to begin the ball game today, but the leadoff man will reach first anyway.
Hey, that was a great battle right there. He tried to get him to chase, but he laid off some really tough pitches and got a walk. Got to tip the cap to the batter that time.
Stepping up to the plate, Jason Hayward. We show you what he did in May versus what he's done so far at the plate in June. First pitch of the at-bat. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner. Batter pitcher numbers against Dan Straley. Batting .500, 4 for 8. And there are the umpires assigned to this one. Calling balls and strikes is Mr. Carl Dixon.
Matt, you know, Dixon's interesting. I've seen a lot of pitchers complain because he's a hitter's umpire. He's really tight on the corners. You got to basically put the ball in the middle of the plate to get that call. Pitchers can't stand it. Hitters love him.
On the ground is short. This could be 2 to Gordon for 1. On to first, and a big ground ball there as they turn the double play on Hayward. With that, a look at the Cubbies starting lineup. Dan, who do we keep an eye on?
Well, of course, you have to like what Anthony Rizzo brings to this offense. He's really had a heck of a year in the power categories, slugging over .500 coming into this one. That means almost every time he's hitting the ball, he's hitting it hard somewhere. Should be fun to watch.
Here's Chris Bryant now. No one on base for him after the double play.
Yeah, Matt, that 2-ball really changed the complexion of this inning. For the second time, it looked like the middle of the order was going to have a chance to get a big hit with some ducks on the pond, but now they just have to try and get a 2-out rally started.
Into the windup and the pitch. A fastball that finds the outside corner.
I'm looking forward to this at bat right here, Matt. 2 outs, bases empty, and you got the power guy at the plate. He's going to let it fly. He must. I guarantee you he will.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And he'll get under it to put it away in foul territory, and that ends the inning. Nothing happening there for the Cubbies. Now the Marlins will see what they can do. No score. Jake Arrieta gets the starting nod for the Cubs in this one. Harold, any thoughts?
What I like about him is his maturity. You can tell that from a pitcher, how they pitch on the road. He has pitched really well on the road and been able to focus, and I think he'll carry that same trend into this game as well.
Here's D. Gordon now. First at bat for him as he enters play number 3 in the National League batting race.
D. Gordon.
Check to swing there and pops this one up. There to take it is Zobrist, and that's out number 1. Time now for a glance at the Marlins lineup card in this one. Harold, what's the key for him against one of the best starters in the game?
Well, in this day and age when so many teams are relying on that long ball to win games for them, this isn't one of those clubs, really. They're in the bottom third in the league in home runs, so they're going to put the ball in play. They're going to try to manufacture runs. They can run into one every now and then, but that's not the key part of their offense.
So stepping in, Giancarlo Stanton. He's a long ball threat, of course, currently number 4 in the National League home run race. And they start him out with a slider. Good spot, but he doesn't get the call. 1-0. HR, the Cubs, as they take the field here this afternoon. They come in playing reasonably well of late, though they have dropped their last 2 in a row.
Yeah, Matt, I mean, everything's working for them. They've increased their lead in their division. They're blowing everybody away. The challenge, I think, moving forward is just to stay focused and motivated as they know they're going to be a playoff team.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. A knee-high sinker, tough pitch, strike 1. Set to deliver on 2-1. Won't go after the 2-1 sinker, and it's 3 balls and a strike now. His history with Jake Arrieta, 1 for 5. He's taken him deep once. And that's swung on and fouled straight back. Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. Now a swing and a ball hit high and deep down the line in left. And this ball is a home run. A solo home run here off the bat of Giancarlo Stanton. Number 21 for him on the season as the Marlins will take a 1-0 lead.
Talk about a guy getting hot, right? Hits a bomb, hit one yesterday. Usually when he gets hot, he starts to hit them in bunches, and this could be the beginning of a very, very good hot streak.
In is Christian Yelich.
Center fielder.
As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. He'll step in here at 275. A dozen home runs and 48 driven in. Started that swing a bit too early.
It looks like he just swung right over that sinker right there. What is so hard about a sinker, you have to almost go underneath it and scoop it. If you got one of those swings that goes over the top, you're never going to hit him. Well, now it's a 1-2 count. He's throwing the same pitch 3 times in a row. He got ahead with it. Now let's see if he puts him away with it.
Liner towards second, but there to take this one is the second baseman, and that's out number 2.
Batting fourth, first baseman, Justin Bohr.
At the plate, Justin Bohr. He comes in with 16 home runs on the season so far. First pitch on its way. And there's a sinker that he just spits on as it misses low. Arrieta's ready. Here's the 1-0. And 2-0 now as this misses below the knees.
Wow, it just doesn't seem like he's being as aggressive as he was before he gave up that home run. Was throwing the ball great. Now it seems like he's a little bit more tentative throwing the ball across the plate.
The 2-0 on the way. Now a swing and a chopper foul right at home plate. Wanted to go after the slider, but he holds off. 3-1.
Backdoor breaking ball just missed right there. It's such an effective pitch if you can hit the corner with it, but no dice this time.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And a fastball misses there. Ball 4.
And don't forget, he gave up a long ball earlier in this inning, so you can understand why he wasn't too aggressive with him there. When he got him to 3-1, he wasn't too anxious to challenge him.
Here's Ichiro now. His history with Jake Arrieta. He's gone 3 for 6. Here comes the first pitch. Takes a look down at the knees for a strike. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. A little bouncer. And he misses there. 1-2. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Curveball that time, not even close. And he takes ball 3, so it's a full count now.
Wow, from 0-2 to 3-2, and that last pitch on 2-2 wasn't even close. He had this guy in the ropes, but now he let him right back into this at bat.
He's set. Here's the 3-2, and he misses again. Ball 4, and that's back-to-back guys now that have reached base via the base on ball.
At this rate, he's going to set some kind of a record for walks issued in a game, or he'll get an early hook. We'll see if he can settle down here and start to find the strike zone, or if he continues to struggle.
Striding into the box, JT Realmuto, hitless in 4 tries in the ball game yesterday. Hoping to limit the damage. Here's the pitch. Starts him out with a slider for a strike.
Matt, this is how you want to start a game. First inning, you already jump on them early. You get 1 run in, and now you have 2 other runners on base. You come up with a big hit here, you can really make a big dent right here in this game in the first inning.
He's set. Here's the 0-1. Strike 2 at a pitch that catches the outside corner.
Well, he's in a bit of hot water in this first inning, but if he can start throwing his slider effectively like that, he has a lot better chance of settling into this game.
Set to deliver on 0-2. Here it comes. And a big strikeout there as they'll leave a couple of runners on base, and after a good start to the inning, they can't capitalize any further. Marlins are on the board first thanks to the solo home run. We'll head to the top of the second. Miami out to an early 1-0 lead. Anthony Rizzo stands in now. He's not among the league leaders in home runs, but his total does top this ball club.
Anthony Rizzo.
Into the windup and the pitch. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. And he's going to kick off the second with extra bases. Rizzo will head for second. And he'll pull into second here with nobody out.
Now that's the way you answer. They're down 1-0 already, but he laces the double and puts himself into scoring position. That'll get the dugout fired up and excited to punch back.
Digging in, Kyle Schwarber. He carries a batting line in the 280s to begin this one. First offering on its way. And this is fouled back and out of play.
His approach to the plate right here has to be to the right side. If he gets it through the infield, that tying run might come around, but at the very least, that would get the runner to third with less than 2 outs.
Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. And the changeup is way low that time. Working for the punch out and the offering. Scorched to third from his seat. And the throw gets him at first base as he threw that one from his fanny, but he gets him anyway for the first out.
That was a great defensive play there. And you know, he's not the guy you'd necessarily expect to make a play like that. He's not known for his glove skills.
Here's Ben Zobrist now as he'll take a look at ball one. He'll start play with that average down in the low 230s. 5 homers and 30 RBIs. Now a circle change, but he takes it low, ball 2. Here he comes on 2-0. Swing and a ball hit to the left side, and this is going to wind up a souvenir. Hit on the ground to third. And that is through into left field, a base hit. And the runner from second will stay put at third, so they're runners at the corners now with 1 away.
Well, he's been inconsistent at the plate. The expectations were higher. He's fallen under 240, so that is a welcome single right there.
Here's Addison Russell as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. He comes in with that average down in the 240s. 6 home runs and 36 RBIs. Here comes the 1-0. There's a fastball right over the inside corner.
What a great adjustment. The high fastball in the first one didn't have a good release point. The next one he's able to put it on the corner, correcting himself as the at-bat goes on. I love it.
Runners are at first and third, 1 away. Ripped down the first base line, but a foul ball. 1-2 the count now. Ready on 1-2. He got him, and it'll probably take a base hit now to get that runner across from third.
Well, his struggles continue. It's been a rough go of it at the plate with him, and watching this at bat, it's clear to me that his rhythm and timing, they're just all off. Even as a pitcher like I was, you can tell these things and exploit them.
In now, Jake Arrieta, as he'll take a look at a strike right down the middle. It's 0-1. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Fought off at the plate as it's chopped foul.
Obviously, he wants to help himself out right here. With 2 strikes, that's going to be difficult to do. Let's see if he can put the ball in play.
Runners at the corners, 2 men out. And a check swing. Did he go around? No, says the first base umpire. It's ball 1. This is popped up, calling for it. Gordon makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Cubs strand a couple. They're on the short end of a 1-0 score. Into the box now, Martin Prado. And as you check out his righty-lefty splits, no surprise that he hits better against southpaws than he does against right-handers. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And this is fouled at the plate. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And he chased up and out of the zone, a swing and a miss.
Well, that was unexpected. You're looking for that sinker down. He throws a fastball up. Now he's just changed the game on you. He's forcing you to look somewhere else.
This is on the ground over to first. Rizzo is there, and he'll take it to the bag himself for the out.
Let's take a look at the Cubbies defensively, brought to you by Majestic. And down at third base, Chris Bryant, you talk about a tall drink of water. He knocks down everything. He's got the arm strength to play deep. He's got the good hands to catch the ball. But I think it's amazing to be that tall and force him to have to hit the ball over you.
At the plate, Dan Straley. He'll get to take his first cuts here. First pitch coming. Here it is. There's a knee-high pitch that catches the zone.
Well, they got to him in the first inning, which is huge, but he looks a lot more settled into this ball game right now. He's not the kind of pitcher you want to let get into a groove out there.
The windup and the 0-1. Just a bit jumpy that time. Swung on and missed. Tied him up there as this is softly hit down the line. And he'll step on first for the out. 3 unassisted.
Batting ninth, the shortstop, Adeiny Echeverria.
Here's Echeverria now. And there you see his righty-lefty splits and how they've played out so far this season. Arrieta into the windup. Here's the first pitch. Takes a look at a slider that catches the inside corner. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And the third baseman will have a look at it, but this is back into the seats. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2.
Tried to get him to chase that 0-2 curveball there, but he wasn't biting. Very well could see it again here, though.
And that one stayed too low, apparently.
Well, that's great discipline. He's clearly sticking with his plan. Those 2 balls were down. He's thinking to himself, make him get it up before I swing. Get it off the knees.
Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And a half-hearted swing there as they tie him up inside for the third strike, and the inning is over. Miami down in order. We played 2 innings. It's 1-0. Back at Marlins Park for the 3rd inning as we get a nice aerial view of Miami Beach's Art Deco district. Here's the young catcher Wilson Contreras, currently with the 3rd best home run total on the ball club. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Tough slider over the inside corner for a strike. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Good hard slider there, but it runs away. It's a ball and a strike. Ready with the 1-1 pitch. Now a swing and a ball popped in the air back behind short. There is Echeverria. He's got it for the first out.
Now batting, the center fielder, John Jay.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, John Jay reached base via the walk in his first plate appearance. Into the windup and the pitch. Sends that one out of play for strike one. Now here it comes. And there's ball one. Here it comes on 1-1. And he finds a way to catch the zone here. It's 1-2. Pitch on the way. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
He's ready with the 2-2 pitch. Full count, 3-2. Jason Hayward is on deck. 1 out, nobody on. And this misses for ball 4. The second walk he surrendered here in the first 3 innings.
Now batting, right fielder, Jason Hayward.
Striding in once again, Jason Hayward. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. First pitch on its way. Down and away, 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0 delivery. The pitch is circle changed just a bit inside, and it's 2-0 now.
Well, you can see what he's trying to do right there. Double play situation. 2 balls down in the zone, trying to get that ground ball. Didn't get him to bite at either one. Now he's behind at the count, 2-0.
2-0 count and the pitch. And this one's hit on the ground, but foul.
Well, he got what he's looking for. He just got out in front of it right there.
Two balls and a strike. Here it is. Hit on the ground out to short. And Hayward has a base hit.
Well, that's a tough one right there. If that ball's at somebody, probably a double play. But as a result, it's one of those seeing eye singles. Just found the hole.
Into the box now, Chris Bryant. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. 0 for 1 here in the early going.
Let's go, fish.
1-0 count. Here it is. Checks his swing here, but he does so in time.
Well, I know the last thing he wants to do is load the bases right here, so the pressure is on right now to get back in the strike zone.
Runners are at first and second with 1 away. Here's a shot to left field and deep. Look at this. And goodbye. This one ain't coming back. So a 3-run shot to left center, number 14 on the season, and with it they've left in front now 3-1.
Well, that pitch was up in the zone. Sometimes on a pitch like that, all you've got to do is just touch it. You can see he got the barrel up there, and because the height of the pitch, the ball's trajectory is going to carry out of the ballpark.
Now batting,
standing in now, Anthony Rizzo.
Anthony Rizzo.
As he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball 1-0. 1 for 1 as he reached base with a double his first time up. Marlins! 1-0 pitch on the way. And wow, a very high strike, but a strike nonetheless, and it's 1-1. Now here it comes. Knee-high slider that he takes a look at. One and two. Here it comes. And he gives this a pretty good ride that time, but that's going to be up amongst the crowd. A foul ball. No offer at that one, and the count moves to 2-2 now on the Cub first baseman.
Well, one thing about him, he's an absolute grinder at the plate. You can pretty much count on him battling at the plate every chance he gets.
He pulls this one into right, but he'll barely have to move out there in right as he hauls this one in for the second out.
Well, this one was squared up pretty good, but just like pitchers give up hits on well-executed pitches, batters make outs on balls they couldn't have hit much better.
Stepping in now, Kyle Schwarber.
As he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory.
3 runs already home here. And that misses 1-1.
Boy, his pitch count has really spiked here in this inning. He's up to over 50 already.
Even at a ball and a strike, here's the pitch. A good knee-high changeup taken for a strike. And now a pitch on the way. Pulled high in the air out to right field. On the move is Stanton. And the inning is over. But the Cubs do get 3 on the 3-run home run. We played 2.5. It's now 3-1 Chicago. Ready for another chance? D. Gordon. He'll lead it off against Jake Arrieta.
D. Gordon.
And this one's not close. It's in the dirt for ball 1. Here it comes. And a strike to even the count. 1-1. This is grounded foul. Hard sinker misses. 2-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Now a pitch swung on and hit to the left side, but this is going to find the seats. A foul ball. The 2-2 one more time. Swing and a miss as he starts the third the same way he ended the second, with a punch out, 1 away. And you see it there on your screen. Strikeout number 100 for him on the year, and that ain't bad. Trying to pick things up where he left off, Giancarlo Stanton. He got a hold of one and went yard in his first appearance in this one. Now he gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. The windup and the 0-1. Oh, and this at-bat is quickly moving from bad to worse. It's 0-2 now.
That was an ugly swing, and that's indicative of how they've been swinging the bat today. They just have not looked like they're picking the ball up at all. He's just dominating them.
Oh, and this is swung on and missed. 4 strikeouts already, and that's out number 2.
Pretty impressive back-to-back strikeouts to start the inning. What's even more important is now he gets to face the middle of the order without anybody on base for them to drive in.
In now, Christian Yelich. As the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Will attempt to put the ball in play for a change here with the first 2 guys going down on strikes to start the inning. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. 2-0.
He may be down 2-0 after those first 2 pitches in this AB, but those are pitches he can feel pretty good about. They did miss by a whole lot, so it's not like he's all over the place.
Arrieta gets the sign. Here's the 2-0 pitch.
I'm pretty surprised by the location on those last 3 pitches. The book on him is that he hits the away pitch pretty well, and he just saw 3 in a row out there.
So does he go back out there again?
No, Matt, I expect him to mix it up. Most catchers won't call for the same location over and over and over.
And Dan, that's a pretty good example of why he's such a great pitcher.
Yeah, stuff. Stuff is obviously the important key to being dominant on the mound, but it doesn't mean a whole lot if you don't have outstanding control to go along with it. But he does, and he really spotted that pitch.
There's a drive out toward the gap in left center. Heading for second is Yelich. And he's in there safely. He's got a double.
That's the 7th game he's hit in. Look out. 7 games. That's 1 week of feeling pretty good. Let's see how long he can make this last.
Digging in to try it again, Justin Bohr. He drew a walk his first time up. He's set and the pitch. Here's a high foul ball as it finds a lucky fan in the upper deck for a souvenir. Slider, and he can't pull the trigger. 2 strikes.
He's attacking this hitter a lot more aggressively than he did the first time when he faced him and issued a walk, coming right after him here.
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. And this is chopped foul at the plate, and he stays alive, still 0-2. And that sinker misses at the shoe tops. Ball 1. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul.
Well, when you're hitting with 2 strikes, you're just in battle mode. Right there, he gets a breaking ball. He just fouled it off. Got a piece of it and stays alive.
Here he comes again. 1-2.
Swing and a miss for strike 3. Pulled the string on him that time, and the inning is over.
Danger averted following the 2-out double. More to come on the show Sunday Baseball after this. Digging in for his second at bat, Ben Zobrist. He'll try to get it going here to begin the 4th.
Zobrist.
Into the windup and the pitch. And a slider on the inside for strike 1. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Late swing and a ball line fouled into the seats past the third base dugout. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And a neck-high fastball that time.
Hey, not a bad pitch right there on 0-2, a fastball. And I think as a hitter right now, you have to continue to go up there looking to hit off the fastball.
And he pops him up back behind second base. Gordon backs up a bit and he takes charge for the first out.
Now batting, shortstop, Addison.
Here's Addison Russell. He's 0 for 1 thus far. And he takes ball 1. Now here's the pitch. That's wide, 2-0.
Remember, he was a strikeout victim last time up, but this at bat seems to be a totally different direction. He's showing good patience now, and he's got a real good count at 2-0.
Line towards center field. Yelich is there. 2 gone.
Up next for the Cubs, catcher, Jake Arrieta.
Coming to the plate now, Jake Arrieta comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Called a strike on the outer half. 0-1. The 0-1 on its way. And the slider stayed low apparently for a ball. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. And that slider's almost in the dirt.
Now that was a good pitch to lay off. When it starts on the outside half of the plate, that slider right there, you know it's going to continue to run off the plate.
Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Oh, textbook slider there, and he's back at even 2-2.
That's the third slider in a row, and I'm going to tell you what, I think he'll probably throw 4 and maybe 5 if he needs it.
And this will miss down low in the dirt, so he's worked it full now at 3-2. Here it comes. Now a fastball swung on and missed, and that is out number 3. Cubs are down in order, but they hang on to a 3-1 lead. Into the box now, Ichiro Suzuki. He's set to lead us off in the home half of the 4th inning.
Ichiro Suzuki.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Heavy sinker just stayed inside. Pitch on the way. And that's just off the corner and low, ball 2.
That's 2 close pitches right there, and he just laid off him. I think he's sitting on one specific pitch, and he hasn't gotten it yet.
The 2-0 on the way. Looks at a sinker on the outside corner. Gets the sign. Here comes the 2-1. Sinker misses there, and now he's in trouble. 3-1.
This is one of those rare hitters counts we've seen in this game. They're just having a difficult time getting it going.
Into his motion. Here comes the 3-1. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. Swing and a little tapper. That veers foul, so they'll do it again on 3-2. Another payoff pitch. And that misses for ball 4. It's a leadoff walk that starts the bottom of the 4th.
As if things aren't tough enough here playing in this hostile environment, he walks the leadoff hitter, and oh yeah, he's a threat to run every time he gets on base. Not the way he wanted to start this outing.
Stepping into the box, JT Realmuto. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And this is going to be fouled into the diamond level seats. 3-1 is our score here in inning number 4. Called strike 0-2.
Tell you what, I'm already taking inventory in the 4th inning here, Matt. His secondary pitch has really been effective. He's used it well. He's getting a lot of good results from it. I just wonder if they're going to make an adjustment as the game continues.
And he'll just waste one there. 1-2.
Hey, I know you have to protect the strike zone when you get the count to 2 strikes, but on an 0-2 pitch that misses by that much, it's pretty easy for a hitter not to swing at that one.
Ready on 1-2. Hit high in the air down the right field line. Hayward has a read on it. 1 down. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up. Martin Prado now. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Here comes the first pitch. He'll hold off on the slider to start the at-bat. It's ball 1. A 1-0 pitch on the way. A swing and a miss at a ball down. Now a move over to first in the dirt, and oh, he can't quite dig it out. And that's high and off the plate, 2-1. Here's the 2-1. At the knees for a called strike, and it's back to even at 2-2. He's set. Here's the 2-2. And that misses, so it's a full count, 3-2.
3-2 count with a guy on first base that can run like he can. I think they got to send him right here. I think he's off and running.
Prior to the 3-2, we'll look to first. And he's back easily. He's set. Here's the 3-2. Still hanging with him. Another good swing to keep it going. The 3-2 one more time. And the slider gets him swinging. 2 gone.
Really good late bite on that slider right there. The best ones have that late action that just starts at the last minute. They're so tough to get the bat on, and when you've got that good slider going, it's a great strikeout pitch.
Into the box now, Dan Straley, as he'll take a look at a pitch too low. It's ball 1.
Well, this is an interesting scenario, Matt. I think with the pitcher at the plate here on 2 outs, you're probably not going to see him steal, because if he gets thrown out, then you got the pitcher leading off the inning. Take a chance, see if he can hit a ball in the gap and maybe score you from first.
1-0 count. Here it is. Ball line fouled, as that'll get over the Marlins dugout. Ready with the 1-1 pitch. Swing, and that's hit out of play up into the plaza level. The 1-2 pitch. Slider stayed too low. Ball 2. 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors in the game for the Marlins. On the ground up the middle, played on the backhand, and an underhanded throw is in time for out number 3. So they pick up no runs on no hits, no errors, and a runner left on. We played 4 full. The Cubbies are in front, 3-1. Ready now, Wilson Contreras. He's in to get things going here in inning number 5.
40, Wilson Contreras.
Some action out in the bullpen. Couple of right-handers starting to loosen up. Into the windup and the pitch. Looking at a fastball for a strike on the corner.
Well, he got a high strike on a fastball right there. That's pretty unusual. Usually early in the count, you're going to see a guy work down in the zone. That high fastball, usually the put-away pitch with 2 strikes. He pitched him backwards right here.
Fastball misses in the dirt as he tried to get him to chase the low one. And they'll go off speed here as this pitch misses. It's 2-1. And the pitch on 2-1. Well hit, but also well fouled into the seats in left. Even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. A swing and a miss on a ball way out of the zone, and there's 1 away.
Really good pitch right there. So you're moving the ball all around the strike zone, and then what do? You come in. That's a hard pitch for any hitter to do anything with. Just really makes it difficult to get that bat head out.
In now is John Jay, as he looks at a fastball that misses off the plate for ball 1. 0 for 2 here to start the afternoon. Here it comes, 1-0. A changeup that just catches the bottom of the zone for a strike. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Over towards the dugout, but this one will get into the stands. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. And a fastball just a bit high. 3 runs, 4 hits. No errors so far for the Cubbies. Bounce to first. And he'll step on first himself for the out.
Now batting, right fielder, Jason Hayward.
Here's Jason Hayward now. A hit in 2 tries so far. Drops in a strike to start the at-bat. 0-1.
Well, Matt, if I use the cliche, it's not how you start, how you finish, it would apply right now. A couple innings ago, he had a rough inning. Didn't look good. But now he's starting to settle in a little bit better. He may be able to get through this thing.
1-1.
Lays off the circle change there. A ball and a strike. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Pulled toward right center field. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. And it's still 3-1. Here's Echeverria now. He'll get his side started in the inning, and Dan, so far they've been stifled offensively since the first inning.
Boy, they sure have, Matt. They came out of the gates and got hot right away, but whatever was going for them pretty much has disappeared. We'll see if they can wake it back up.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Tough slider that just catches the corner for a strike.
Well, they're still in this game. You know, if they can get somebody on a broken bat, a blooper, a bunt, and then go for the big ball, they can get something going. But they've got to start with getting somebody on base. This offense needs a base runner and get things happening.
Schwarber moves over a few steps to his right as he's got it for the first out. So this has been another fine outing for him this afternoon as we check out the league leaders in ERA. And as you see there, he's sitting in second place in the National League in that department. Here's D. Gordon now. 0 for 2 on the afternoon so far. And that's inside for a ball. 1-0.
He hasn't used that pitch much this game. That's one he's been working on the bullpen, and now he's brought it into the game. If he's able to incorporate that in his stuff, look out.
Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Now a bunt attempt here, but a foul ball. 1-1. 3-1 our score as we play inning number 5. Dribbled to the right side. Oh, and no time to get him at first. Not with his speed, and that'll go down as an infield single.
That's an infield single on a swinging bunt. That is a thing of beauty. And not only did it land the right place, the catcher had to field it and make the play.
Giancarlo Stanton now. He comes in 1 for 2 with that home run he hit earlier. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Takes a high fastball for a strike.
Matt, here we are. Double play situation, and everybody knows he's got that sinker. Maybe get a ground ball and get 2, right? But he comes with the fastball right there. Now nobody knows what to see. This is going to be an interesting at-bat.
Throw over to first, and he has to dive, but he's back in easily. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. And here's a sinker that causes him to back away as that just about got him.
He went deep earlier, so that might have been a little bit of a message they were trying to send to get him off the plate. At the very least, they're clearly trying to get him from getting his arms extended again.
1-2 as he chases the slider.
I like what I'm seeing right now. in, and then goes away. If you pound him in early, it opens up the outside half of the plate, and that's what he's doing right now.
Here's the 1-2 delivery. A swing and a miss. He offered it a ball way outside the strike zone for out number 2.
Classic slider down and away for the strikeout there. Not a whole lot to say about that pitch that hasn't been said a million times already. That's just a real tough pitch for a hitter to pick up out of a pitcher's hand, so they end up chasing when they're in protect mode.
In is Christian Yelich. And a pitch out. Nothing doing, though, and that's ball 1. Now a throw over. Runners back. Arrieta sets. 1-0 on its way. Now a swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate.
Come on. D-Rod.
In the dirt here. Good job there as the count goes to 1-2. Now a throw over to first, and he'll dive back in. Inside with the slider, and that'll back him up a bit.
Pretty good pitch and a great take there. There's not a lot you could do with that slider breaking down, and unless you can catch it way out front and hook it down the line, you see a lot of swinging misses on those.
He's set. Here's the 2-2. And he struck him out, his 8th punch out of the ball game, and that one ends the inning. Marlins leave 1. Score holds. It's 3-1. David Phelps takes over to start the 6th inning on the mound.
Number 35, David Phelps.
Digging in and looking for more, Chris Bryant comes in 1 for 2 with that home run he hit earlier. And he'll start the inning with a pitch that misses off the plate. It's ball 1.
That's some good hitting right there. Great eyes. I mean, to recognize that and lay off it right now, that was nice.
Marlins have some action in the bullpen now as a right-hander is up and throwing. Left it up in the zone, but it's a strike. 1-1.
Snuck that high hard one by him without a swing, but that's a pitch and location he can do a lot of damage with. Got to be careful doing that.
Here it comes. A good action on the 2-seamer there, and it's 1-2.
The good hitters, they don't usually have trouble with the low 90s fastball. He might have been looking for something else.
And the slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And this will miss down low in the dirt, so he's worked it full now at 3-2. Here it comes. Fastball called, strike 3, and there's the first out of the inning.
First baseman number 44,
Anthony Rizzo stands in now. 1 for 2 with a double on his line thus far. Into the windup and the pitch. There's a fastball that just misses. Ball 1.
Boy, good inside fastball right there. Trying to tie the hitter up, trying to keep him from getting those arms extended. A pitcher's pitch.
And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
I'm seeing him just a little too amped up out there right now. That's common with hard throwers like him. Running a blazing fastball up there is great, but if you can't harness it, what good does it do you?
3-0 now.
Sitting 3-0 right here. I wouldn't be surprised to see him turn him loose and give him the green light.
3-0 pitch on its way. Takes a look down at the knees for a strike.
Good pitch right there from the reliever. Tough for hitters to do much with pitches in that location unless they're looking for it.
Into his motion. Here comes the 3-1. Line towards center field. Yelich is there now, and he has it. 2 gone.
Now batting, left fielder, Kyle Schwarber.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Kyle Schwarber. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. First delivery to him on the way. And here's a slider that runs inside that time, and that'll keep him from diving out over the plate. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. And that one stayed too low apparently. From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. Too high, and it's 3-0. We're in the 6th inning here in a 3-1 ball game. This is hit high in the air and pretty deep down the left field line. And Ichiro will make the catch, and the side is retired. Cubs are down in order as the lead remains 3-1. Digging in to try it again, Justin Bohr. He's batting cleanup in this one, but will get us started here in the inning as they look to wake up the bats.
Yeah, not much to get excited about with just a single notch on the scoreboard, but you have to give credit to where it's deserved. The pitching on the other side has been really impressive.
First pitch of the at-bat. Line to the right side. And that's going to get down in front of Hayward for a base hit. He'll get it into second. And he's able to hustle his way up to second as he'll reach here with a 2-base hit. Finally, a little something for them to get excited about.
Yeah, a rally can begin with a single swing of the bat, and this might be their chance right here. They've struggled to produce a lot of runs, but there he is at second base. A shot to the outfield scores him. Then who knows what kind of roll they can get on. Got to take it one good at-bat at a time.
Here's Ichiro now as he'll take a look at an off-speed pitch here that misses for ball 1. 0 for 2 here to start the afternoon. The 1-0 delivery. That one's going to find the seats. Strike 1. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. And there's a sinker that he just spits on as it misses low.
Well, it's 2-1 now, and we haven't seen a fastball from him in this at bat yet. As a hitter, you've probably got to sit on that right now.
He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. And he didn't pull the trigger on a good low sinker, but it missed for ball 3. And through just 5 innings, he's coming up on 100 pitches now.
Yeah, we're into the 6th, and you know what? If he got to the 6th inning, that's what you want from him. I look for the bullpen to come in pretty soon.
He's set. Here's the 3-1. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Moving under it, Schwarber. And that's the first out of the inning. And the runner, not tagging, will retreat to second base. Ready for another shot now. JT Realmuto, 0 for 2 on his line thus far. From the stretch, here's the pitch. And a fastball misses here to start the at-bat. It's 1-0.
Hey, the guy in the mound is having one heck of a night, but the downside of that, if you're going to strike out a lot of guys, your pitch count is going to be high. So this gives the offense some kind of hope as this game's getting down to the end.
Ready with the 1-0 pitch. There's a knee-high pitch that catches the zone. And he lays off for a ball. 2-1. Two balls and a strike. Here it comes.
That's a ball.
Never tempted to swing at that ball down low. It's ball 3. Martin Prado is on deck. Here it is on 3-1. And a good cut there, but it's chopped foul at the plate, and it's full now. 3-2. And another foul ball. Trying to send him packing for the second time. Grounded softly to the right. Throw in time at first for route number 2.
Third baseman, number 14.
Ready for another chance. Martin Prado. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ball game. Here's a first pitch slider that just tails out of the zone. It's ball 1. The 1-0 delivery. And he misses again. 2-0.
After 2 breaking pitches, there's a pretty good chance right now you're probably going to get something right in the middle of the strike zone to swing at. So if you're looking for it, go ahead and turn that baby loose.
Two-0 count, and the pitch. Grounder hit hard down the first baseline, and that'll get through into right as he comes up in the clutch. It's a base hit, and the run is in to score from third. Marcell Ozuna will grab a bat hit for the pitcher here.
Number 13, Marcell Ozuna.
Starts him out with a fastball too low for ball 1. Trying to keep things going now with a runner at first following the RBI single. Tried to stay back on the changeup there, but this is chopped foul at home plate. Swing and a liner. Foul. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. A swinging bunt to the mound. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. So they pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. 7th inning coming up. Cubs lead it 3-2. Welcome back to South Florida. Getting set for the 7th now with the Cubs out in front. And before the inning gets underway, let's get a look at our game summary to this point. Junichi Tazawa is on to pitch from the bullpen now to start inning number 7.
25, Junichi Tazawa.
Digging in the switch hitter, Ben Zobrist. His prior history versus this arm, 4 for 11. And that one's in on the hands to start the inning. It's ball one.
Wow, that was a decent breaking ball right there, but that's just a pitch that's a little easier to lay off of when you're opposite-handed, opposite bat. You could see the sweep of the ball coming right into you. That was a great take.
Needed to lay off that pitch upstairs, but it's 1-1. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
That's that controversial pitch right there. It's in the zone, should be called a strike by the book, but it's not a strike in baseball, not in the big leagues anyway.
Now a ball fouled down the right field line, out of play, so that'll move the count to 2-2 now.
He's clearly looking to hit off the fastball and adjust. That's a pretty good swing after seeing 2 fastballs now in a row.
And that's low, so a good eye there as he works the count back full. Crowd gets up for the 3-2. Hit out towards second. That's through, and he's now 2 for 3 in this one. With that, the Cubs get their leadoff man aboard.
A lot of base hits up the middle. Set your sights up the alleys and try to take it back up the middle hard like he did right here. Nice job.
Into the box, Addison Russell, as he takes a called strike on the black. It's 0-1. No hits to this point. Goodness, 0-2 now.
That is a filthy combination. High 90s with the fastball and then that nasty curveball. It's almost unhittable, almost unfair to the hitter.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And there's a pitch that just misses the inside corner.
Wow, kind of an interesting pitch call there. The batter flailed at the pitch away on the previous one, so you'd think you'd go right back there, but instead they decided to come in, make him prove he can adjust before you do.
Ready with the 1-2. Here's a looping fly ball out to right. Stanton shading to his right, and that's the first out of the inning. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up. Tommy La Stella will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher. Down and away, 1 ball and no strikes. And he comes in as a player to watch out for, hitting well over 300 on the season. Down the first baseline, but a foul ball, 1-1. Runner at first here, 1 man out. Now a little pop-up off toward the third base side, and this is going to wind up a foul ball. And this one's in the dirt, and a nice job to keep the runners at bay as the count moves to 2-2. All even at 2-2. Here it is, a full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Very tight ball game. 3-2 our score in inning number 7. He takes strike 3 called on the fastball. Couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away.
Runner on first in a double play situation, so you expect to see a lot of pitches down in the zone. So I think that pitch up right there was a good one. Obviously the double play is more efficient, but you're always going to take a K when you're on the mound. Here's a look over to first and a dive, but he's back in there.
Here's the young catcher, Wilson Contreras, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball one. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. The set and the 1-0 pitch. And a fastball just a bit up. Ready with the 2-0 pitch. Lifted in the air to center. Yelich on the move. And that retires the side. Cubs strand one. And it remains a 3-2 ball game. Justin Grimm gets the call from the pen to take over on the mound and start the home 7th.
Justin Grimm.
Ready once again, Adeiny Echeverria. He'll start things out here in the bottom of inning number 7.
Adeiny Echeverria.
And that misses ball 1. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Lifted in the air out towards left center. Jay has a read on it. 1 out.
Now batting.
In now, D. Gordon. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. Hey now.
Hey, great pitch right there. As a pitcher, you don't want hitters to get too comfortable in that batter's box. That pitch in now might set up some pitch outside.
Here it comes, 1-0. A slider that he looks at over the outside corner. Here it comes on 1-1. Takes a fastball on the inside corner.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. Swing and a ball lifted in the air toward the line and right. In there, a base hit.
This guy's just a good hitter. You can tell. Anytime you get a base hit on 2 strikes and you stay with that ball right there, that's why the average is going to stay over 300.
Giancarlo Stanton now, and they pitch out here, but nothing's going on.
Keep it going.
Ready with the 1-0 pitch. A fastball right down the middle for a strike. Career line against Grimm, 0 for 5. Ready with the 1-1 pitch. Slider stayed too low. Ball 2.
Let's go one more time, baby. Ball 3.
Ball 3.
Well, now he's falling behind 3-1, and all the pitches have been down. He's trying to get that double play ball, but the strategy has to change now. Now he's got to throw a strike.
Hitters count all the way. Here it comes. A fastball that he's way out in front of. A swing and a miss.
When you get yourself to a 3-1 count and you get a fastball, those are the ones you really want to punish. Couldn't get the bat on it, so we'll see if that comes back to haunt him.
From the belt, the pitch. And this is going to be a foul ball. 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up.
Let's go, please. Hit here.
And he missed with it. Ball 4. So that means now the potential tying run will move into scoring position at second.
Hey, when a guy's been swinging the bat as well as he has in this series, you definitely want to take the bat out of his hands. A free pass to first is better than what he's been doing the last couple of games.
Digging in once again, Christian Yelich, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. He's set. Here it comes. And he lays off there 1-0.
Hey, this game is getting interesting real quick. And the last thing you want to do on the mound is fall behind. Needs to get back in the strike zone right here.
Whoa.
2-0.
This is where you really got to focus with runners on base. You got a 2-0 count. You have a tendency to get a little anxious thinking you can drive somebody in. Stay focused. Get your pitch.
Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0.
There's certain situations where things just have to happen, and this is one of those. Like it or not, he's got to challenge him right here.
Three 3-0 count. Here it comes. And he misses ball 4. So now that potential tying run scoots up 90 feet to third base.
It was obvious when the count ran to 2-0 that they were not going to give this guy anything to hit. Sometimes you have to pick your battles, and they're going to try their luck with the next hitter.
Carl Edwards Jr. is called upon to pitch, really needing that double play ball. Bases are loaded here with only one man out. Justin Bohr will be the first to meet him here, and he'll do so in an enviable situation indeed. Bases loaded and only one out now. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Starts him out with a changeup off the plate for ball 1.
Obviously a huge situation in the game here, but at the plate he's got to keep it simple. He can't try to do too much just because the bases are juiced. At the very least, just find a way to get that tying run home from third.
He's ready. Here's the 1-0. There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. Back goes Hayward. Gone! It's a grand slam. So he will touch him all on the grand slam. Number 17 for him on the season, and it's now 6-3.
Doctor, the swing they were expecting and looking for. They got the grand slam when they needed it most, late in the innings. And I tell you, they got a chance now to hold on to win this game. If that grand slam holds up, I'm sure they'll be talking about that for a long time in these parts of the country.
Now batting.
Here's Ichiro now.
Ichiro.
As the first pitch to him is swung on and missed for strike 1. A couple of walks for him thus far. The windup and the 0-1. And now a bunt attempt here as he gets this one down. Bryant is right there. Throw gets Ichiro at first as he's retired, trying to bunt his way aboard. Now that's a Gold Glove caliber play there.
You got that right, Matt. There is a lot of moving parts on that barehanded play, and it is a thing of beauty when everything comes together just like it did. You can bet he'll be watching this one again after the game.
Stepping in now, JT Realmuto. as he gets a good curveball here to start the at-bat. It's strike one. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. The 0-1 pitch. And a fastball just below the knees. Ball one. 1-1. Here it comes. And I believe they'll say he broke the plane, as yes he did. It's ruled a strike. And the pitch. And that's swung on and fouled straight back. Now another 1-2. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Again, a 1-2. Look out. That one almost got away from him. 2-2 now.
That was a changeup, so there really wasn't any intent behind it. Looked to me like it just slipped out of his hand a little bit. That'll happen sometimes because of the grip of that straight changeup.
And good patience to hold back on the curveball in the dirt. It's full now. 3-2.
I got to commend him for being a really tough out right now. Not everyone will battle like this with 2 outs and nobody on.
High fly ball out to straightaway center. Jay has a read on it, and that's the 3rd out. But a big inning for the Marlins as they get 4 courtesy of the grand slam. We're through 7 this afternoon. It's the Marlins 6 and the Cubbies 3. Now we're going to have a conference at the home plate area, so it would appear that we'll see a double switch here. Kyle Bearclaw is in out of the bullpen now as he'll be inserted into the number 6 spot following the double switch.
Number 46.
A.J. Ellis is also into the ball game as he'll hit in the number 8 spot here.
And batting in the 8th spot. Number 17.
In now is John Jay. He'll have a new pitcher waiting for him as we begin their half of the 8th. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. First pitch of the inning is taken low and away for a ball. It's 1-0. Now the pitch. And a strike to even the count. 1-1. The set and the 1-1 pitch. And he chased up and out of the zone. A swing and a miss. Well, as demonstrated there, that's a tough pitch to do anything with.
Oh, you think? If you've got a good fastball like he does, that location can be really effective. It looks so tempting to the hitter, but making contact on that pitch can be very tough.
Very weakly on the ground. That's a foul ball.
I like the pitch right there. 2-strike fastball out of the zone. See if he'll chase. I'd go even further out this time. See if he chases it again.
Another 1-2 delivery. Swung on and missed. He didn't even come close to contact on a ball way out of the zone. 1 out.
Talk about blowing it by a guy. Geez, I mean, that fastball was way behind him when the swing came through the zone. I have to think he was looking for something off speed, and he just couldn't pull the trigger on that fastball.
Here's Jason Hayward now, as he'll look at a fastball in there on the outer half. It's 0-1. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. 1-1. Here it comes on 1-1. And this is low, ball 2. 2-1. 1 out, nobody on. Now a swing and a ground ball, but this will be a foul ball as that evens things at 2-2. He's set. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a little blooper to center. Here comes Yelich. He can't get there as it falls in. Here's Chris Bryant now. He was punched out looking at strike 3 last time through. First pitch on its way. Leaves a slider up high, but it's taken for a strike.
When you're facing this good a hitter, man, that strike one becomes so important to get ahead with him and make him think about something else. Now you can control the at bat.
Runners on first with one down. Now a fastball off the plate away. A ball and a strike.
You know, he's one of their guys they rely on to get their offense going. They need a rally, so we'll see if he can spark one here.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Now a ball hit pretty well to left, but this is going to wind up in the seats foul. Throw over to the bag, and he'll get back in standing. Here's the 1-2. Now a fastball as he has to lean out of the way there.
Pretty sure there wasn't any ill will behind that pitch, considering he has 2 strikes on him. Just got away from him from what I could tell.
A great pitch there as he couldn't get extended on that one, and he's down on strikes for the second out.
Hey, anytime a pitcher locates a fastball on the inside corner, it's going to be a tough pitch to hit. That one was spot on, and he had no answer for it.
Anthony Rizzo stands in now. And Dan, this could be a real make or break situation at this point in the game.
Yeah, Matt, at least scoring 1 run in this inning is so important to them to possibly get back into this thing. Baseball doesn't have a clock, but you only have 27 outs to work with. They're running out of those pretty quick.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Belt high and right down the middle for a strike.
Sometimes you can get away with a pitch in that location when you're running it up there that hard, but not consistently. You still have to work the edges of the zone most of the time.
Oh, 0-1, here it comes. Hit well on the ground to first. And a good effort on the dive that time, but this will get by him for a base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
The batter, left fielder, Kyle Schwarber.
In now, Kyle Schwarber. Hit hard to the right side. And that's through into right field for a base hit. He'll come home with it. And he will beat Ellis's tag. He's in there to score.
Well, I love the perseverance. Comes down to late in the game. He ends up getting the base hit to drive in the run. You know, he hadn't had any hits the whole game, so that was a big at-bat for him to battle.
Here's Ben Zobrist now. Batting left-handed here as he takes a look at strike 1. He's 2 for 3 and looking for more here. A 1 pitch on its way. And this is popped fouled off to the right and back into the seats. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Oh, and he dusted him off the plate that time. Some mind games being played now. It's 1-2.
This is a big spot right here. 2 runners on, and you knew he was going to waste a pitch right there, 0-2. But right now you can still make him chase out of the zone, and you got a chance to get out of this jam.
The 1-2 pitch. Fouled straight back. Here he comes again, 1-2. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2. He's set. Here's the 2-2. Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here. Good battle here. This will be the 7th pitch coming up. Again, he sends it out of play.
That was the 4th foul ball in this at-bat. He is really making him work.
Now another 2-2. Not where he wanted that fastball to be, and it's 3-2 now.
For the guy on the mound, this is one of those innings where nothing comes easy. He's thrown a bunch of pitches, and this AB hasn't been any different. Definitely laboring at the moment.
Ready now with the payoff pitch. Popped high in the air. Prado is going to get there. Makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Only one in the inning for the Cubs. Home half of the 8th straight ahead. Miami's out in front 6-4. There's Joe Madden up out of the dugout now on his way to home plate, so it looks as though he's going to call for the double switch here. Koji Uehara is in out of the bullpen now as he'll be inserted into the number 6 spot following the double switch.
Number 19.
Javier Baez is also into the ball game as he'll hit in the number 8 spot here. Riding in once again, Martin Prado. He'll get things started now in the bottom of inning number 8. And he holds up here, but the pitch is a called strike anyway. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And this one's tapped foul at home plate. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Bat explodes as this has popped up. And he'll steer clear of the flying debris to make the catch here for the first out.
Number 17.
In now is A.J. Ellis, and he's getting his first plate appearance here in the 8th after entering off the bench just a little bit ago. Cubs have someone working in their bullpen now as a right-hander's begun to get loose. This ball's hit in the air down the right side and out of play. 0-1. The windup and the 0-1. And oh, look out! Up and in and nearly took his head off.
Wow, fastball up and in. I'm not sure it was intended to be that far up and that far in, but message sent, beware.
Even at a ball and a strike, here's the pitch. A swing and a miss at a ball down.
That was a good pitch right there. Started at the knees, got the hard sink down, and got him to swing right through it. Beautiful.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. Out of play. Ready to deliver the 1-2. And a splitter swung on and missed that time, and that'll be out number 2.
The batter number 3, shortstop, Adani.
Here's Echeverria now. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. Into the windup and the pitch. And that pitch catches the inside corner. And there's one well above the zone for a ball. Here it comes on 1-1. Right over the middle, knee high.
We are watching him reach back and just challenge it with the fastball. Now we got a 1-2 count, and that's 3 fastballs in a row.
Uehara's ready. 1-2 on its way. 2-2 now with 2 away and the base is empty. 2 out, nobody on. And a ball popped foul to the right side, out of play. Ready with another 2-2. Cutter, and it doesn't make it back. 3-2. D. Gordon would be next if they can keep this inning alive. Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. Sent on the ground out to second. Backhanded. And 8 innings have come and gone now as the inning is over. 1, 2, 3 go the Marlins. They still lead it 6-4. A.J. Ramos comes on from the pen, hoping to finish this one off here in the top of the 9th. Here's Addison Russell. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once.
Addison Russell.
Ninth inning begins as the first pitch is taken for ball 1. Here comes the 1-0. And a neck-high fastball that time.
You know, sometimes it takes a pitcher a few pitches to get going, but those 2 pitches weren't even close. Ball's behind in the count, 2-0. It's time to start getting locked in.
Two 2-0 count. Here it comes. Way in front of that fastball. He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. Swings through the slider there. All even at 2-2. Here it is. And a good hard slider as this one swung on and missed for the first out here in the 9th. So the leadoff man gone to start the top of the 9th as we take a look at league saves leaders entering play. And as you see there, he sits in 4th place in that department in the National League. Here's Javier Baez head-to-head against A.J. Ramos. 1 for 3. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. A swing and a miss on a ball that jammed him. Set to deliver the 0-1. And he swings on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate.
Well, that's back-to-back breaking balls. He's able to foul that one off. Will they come back with a third?
Hit back up the middle. Echeverria to his left. He's there. Throw on to first gets him, and that means the Cubs are down to their final out now.
The catcher, number 40, Wilson Contreras.
Into the box, Wilson Contreras. He comes to the plate as the last chance for his side. 2 out here in the 9th. First offering on its way. And there's one he'd like to have over again. Missed high with the slider.
Tell you what, this is the wrong guy to flirt around with. He's been swinging about really good in this series, and he hasn't got a hit in this game yet. But I'm going to tell you what, I wouldn't mess with him.
Here it comes, 1-0. And a fastball just a bit high. Pulls this one in the air out to left. Ichiro on the move. Makes the catch, and that's the ball game.
Well, maybe a little bit of a problem is they had to wind up going to that bullpen quite a bit. 5 pitchers are going to combine to finish this one to get the win.
6-4 the outcome today. Junichi Tazawa earns his 3rd win of the year in relief. A.J. Ramos closes the door for the save, his 22nd. So that'll just about do it. For Harold Reynolds, Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, don't forget to check out theshownation.com.